what's up? In today's video, we're doing what, babe?
Friendsgiving around the world!
Hey guys, what's up? If you're new, my name is Brittany.
I'm Liz.
And happy holidays. We are coming so close to Thanksgiving around the corner, a week from today actually. So we decided to come up with this fun little collab where we got together with a bunch of our friends from different cultural backgrounds, and we decided to do a little recipe swap.
Now we know with everything going on in the world, friends and family can't get together like they usually do in the past around the holidays. So we decided to do it virtually by getting a group of our YouTube friends together from different cultural backgrounds and share some of their family recipes with us.
Yeah, so what we decided to do is get a bunch of people together and basically say, we want to swap recipes with everyone that basically is a family recipe, but also from your background. So we decided to go with Puerto Rico, the country Puerto Rico, because I have some family that's Puerto Rican and
I'm from Puerto Rican descent.
Right. So that's the country we decided with. So everyone chose their own country and their own recipe, and then I did a randomizer and we all swapped recipes.
Yeah. Hopefully next year we meet more people and we can grow this and we can bring a lot more countries in and cultural backgrounds and make it very diverse.
We definitely don't, obviously we couldn't represent every country out there, but we definitely tried. And there are some amazing recipes, some really awesome people in this swap. Of course, we will leave everyone in the description below that has participated in this collab. I'm really excited to see everyone's videos. And of course, I will leave the recipes. We're actually doing two. So I will leave our recipes that we were given in the description below, as well as everyone else will leave their recipe in their description, so you can kind of do whatever recipes you want. You will have the actual recipes of some Disney YouTubers, which I think is so cool. So we got the country Wales from our friend Dee over at AllThatPinkDisneyMagicX. Now we asked everyone to submit at least one recipe, but you could submit more if you wanted to, and she submitted two. So one is a stew, and I believe it's called a Welsh caul stew. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. And it sounded really, really good. And then she also sent us a recipe for Welsh cakes. So I'm really excited to try that too. So that's why we thought it was really cool. We're like, well, why not make dinner and a dessert? And today in Oregon, it's cloudy, it's rainy, it's gloomy. So a nice pat of stew on the stove.
Sounds amazing.
Sounds so good. Like you said, I'm getting hungry.
Oh, yeah, hungry.
And we got stuff to chop.
Let's go.
Alright, so we got all of our vegetables diced up. We have our beef brisket measured out. And we have our bacon cut up. So the original recipe that we got sent asked to use a tablespoon of lard. And I didn't want to go out and buy lard just for a tablespoon. Sorry. But you could substitute were butter or bacon fat, which we have to use bacon in this recipe anyways. So we're deciding to cook the bacon first, take it out, and then use the grease as our lard. And then we're going to cook our vegetables in that and just start mixing everything together. Alright, so
our bacon is all cooked. We got the reserved bacon fat. Now we're going to put in our veggies. Got the leeks, the carrots, rutabaga, and onion. Yummy! Want to make sure that's nice and brown, so give it about 3 to 5 minutes.
Alright, so we now browned the vegetables, so we're going to take them out of the pat and put them into the bowl they were originally in and cook the beef.
Alright, make sure your pan's on high heat, and then we're going to brown the beef on all sides.
And now we add our vegetables back, our bacon. And our bacon.
nice and mixed up, we're going to cover it with cold water and let it simmer. Alright, so you're going to let the water come to a boil, and then you're going to put it on simmer for 2 hours to make sure that beef is nice and tender.
Alright guys, so it has been about, how long?
An hour and a half.
Yeah, which things are smelling really delicious. So once, we got about 20 minutes left on the timer. Once that goes off, we will be taking the meat out, letting it cool to cut, and then adding our potatoes. Alright, let's check it out. Ooh. Alright guys, so we are officially done. Let's take a look. So we end up taking the meat out and we cut it up and let it sit for another 15 minutes. And there it is. Some Welsh stew. It smells amazing. Alright guys, so as you saw, this bowl is really hot. Here's our stew. It is very, very hot, like I said, so we're gonna let it cool for a minute and then we will try it. Alright. We have all kinds of stuff in here. What else do we have in here? We have
carrots, leeks, rutabaga, potato, onions, brisket, bacon.
All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
Are you ready? I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna burn my mouth.
It's gonna be really hot.
I'm really scared this is gonna scorch my mouth. Do you guys see that steam? All right, you ready? It's really good. I mean, honestly, it just tastes like an American stew.
Yeah, like pot roast. A little bit like pot roast.
There's plenty of flavor in it. Yeah. All we did was put salt and pepper in it. As delicious as this is, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some dessert.
How about some Welsh cakes?
Okay. Alright guys, so like Liz said, we are going to be making some Welsh cakes. I've never had them before. Nope. You've never had them before. They kind of look like pancakes. But there's grapes on them. It's going to be really interesting. So we are going to get all our stuff measured out and then show you kind of what we do.
Alright, so first we're going to sift the flour with the butter to make coarse breadcrumb-like consistency. And then we'll add in the sugar, the raisins, and the egg.
All right, so now we have that crumb consistency, and now we're going to add, it says caster sugar, but in the U.S. it's powdered sugar.
It's powdered sugar. And so we're going to add that in, and then we also have to add in a handful of sultanas, which in America is our golden raisins. And it just says a handful, so it's basically whatever you want.
It's going to be really interesting to taste this.
We'll do a healthy handful. Into there. Maybe a handful and a half. Alright, mix that in.
Alright, so now I'm going to roll out this dough, or not so much roll it, but like flatten it out. Alright, so it said to do it pretty thin, so now I'm just going to take, this is probably a good size, right? My little Dragon Tails cup, and I'm just going to stick it in there. And there's our little Welsh cake.
Alright, so on my end, I got the pan all nice and buttered. So we're gonna heat that up and then we'll throw our Welsh cakes on, get them cooking. All right, the butter's nice and hot, so we're gonna add on our Welsh cakes, excuse me, and cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes each side until they're caramel brown.
Here is our first batch of Welsh cakes. We don't have a griddle, which is what it says, so we are dealing with a really hot cast iron. So we have to keep a closer eye because they got a little burn, but
Just a little, but
they
crispy
smell
always
good. Here, you want this one?
Okay.
They're really hot.
It says to eat them while they're hot.
Okay. They're like really hot. Cheers.
It's like a cookie.
Yeah.
It's like a shortbread kind of cookie.
Oh, what does it remind me of?
Reminds me of a cookie.
It does kind of taste like a cookie, but like,
I don't know.
it's weird.
It reminds me of like those butter cookies. Is that a shortbread cookie? I don't know. It's not bad. I don't even taste the raisins unless I didn't get one.
That's good.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
They're like kind of like a pancake, and they're super buttery. I mean, we put a lot of butter in them and on the pan, so.
But the recipe said to, so yeah.
Right. Follow the recipe. They're good, and then the little raisins are like a little dash of like
tang
sweet. These are good.
All right, D. All right.
Well, those are delicious. What do you like better, the stew or the cakes?
I don't know. It's
It's
so hard because
hard.
it's like dessert and entree.
Yeah.
They're both perfect. I mean, I think they complement each other really well.
Yeah, they're really, that's why we were excited when she said both. I was like, heck yeah, we'll do two. I think I'm gonna go with the Welsh cakes just because they're different. I've never had anything like them. They have so many similar tastes. Like it tastes very similar to a lot of things we've had before.
Like
But-
the inside is pancakey, but then the outside has a nice like cookie crunch.
And then that powdered sugar with the raisin. It's so weird, you guys, but so good. Seriously recommend. I mean, they were done in what, like 10 minutes?
Oh
like
my
the whole
gosh, they're
process.
so easy to watch.
So easy. So I'm going to pick the Welsh cakes for the victory for today just because they're different and the stew's delicious, but it kind of just tastes like regular stew. But this wasn't a contest between which ones. I'm just saying the cakes are delicious. The stew is delicious. I think Wales has some new company coming.
Yeah, that was
Once, you know,
Please send us some more recipes.
So good. So that's it for this video, guys. Let us know in the comments below between the stew and the cookie cake things. Which recipe do you think that you'd want to try? You can check out both. Like I said, I will leave both recipes in the description below. And again, like I said, go check out everybody else. So like I said, we did Dee over at Wales, and funny enough, she got our Puerto Rico. So go check her out and check out everyone else who was a part of this collab. Thank you again to everyone who participated, sent in your recipes, and just give us a little bit of your home and your culture. It means so much. I hope everyone has the bestest Thanksgiving ever.
And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, happy holidays no matter where you are or whatever your situation is.
I had no idea Thanksgiving was not a universal thing. I thought it was.
I mean, it's celebrated in Canada, just on a different day.
Yeah.
Different meaning.
I think at the end of the day, especially in 2020, we all still have so much to be thankful and grateful for. It may be hard to find it, but we all have something. So just remember that. So from our family to yours,
Happy Friendsgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving.
And as always, we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.